Yo, what up, man? Chris, I'm out checking back in, man, back with the vlog, man. Make sure that like button and subscribe button away, and I appreciate all the support, man. NOME 14. We don't want to just show love to Loaded Lux and Rum Nitty. It was an amazing battle, man. It was probably battle of the year so far. It's going to be kind of hard to top it. And it was definitely a dope battle. This whole event lived up to expectation. You kind of feel like you got your money's worth if you spent money on it. So big salute to URL for that. I don't know how I feel about the small room or the way it was set up. I felt like earlier in the night when they had the early battles, the Danny Myers battle and this battle right here, I'm about to recap the Jazz battle. I was like, they're not giving a whole lot of reaction. And one of the reasons is this event was labeled as a private event. Okay, cool. If you're going to invite people and do invite only, most of the time it's like people that you're cool with. It's people like Rain. It's people like Anwar. It's people like Nunu Nails. It's ballers that's not on the card. It's entourages. It's stuff like that. And what happens is that you don't ever want to be part of the production. I was listening to a space and niggas was really getting on Twerk talking about he was gassing Rum Nitty and shit. So they were calling him out for being such in fan mode or like an overreactor or whatever, and saying that, you know, he was really trying to gas Rum. And he was just saying like, yo, that's my man's. I felt like he had a good battle. I was just cheering him on. But this is the point I'm trying to make. When you are known in this culture and you overly react on camera, you normally get called out for it. And what happens is that people that are known that was in the building, this is an invite only. It's a private event. So what you see is you see people not really reacting. They got the smug face. They got the I'm gonna play it too cool face. A couple head nods, because you don't want to be a part of the production. You kind of want to play it cool. And I don't know if I like that. I almost wish it was like regular fans as opposed to like Rain and Anwar and Nunu Nails and official people that's not even on the card. That's just there. Because a lot of times they just going to be chilling. You know what I'm saying? As you had some fans there, you could have got a real fan reaction. But if you're going to do a private event, it's almost better to keep it real with you that it's just shot like Mook and Tay-Rock. It's just shot with like no fan. The fans are off camera. They're in the building, but they're off camera. Like Daylight and Tay-Rock, like Mook. And them, I think Averb and Geechee Gotti was like that. There was a lot of battle shot in the caffeine COVID era where there was no crowd. It was just them. And I think I might like that better because I ain't gonna lie, having a crowd not react kind of throws a battle off. I'm not gonna lie. And it makes a battle that's not really boring. It makes it appear to be kind of boring because nobody's reacting. So I don't know. That was just something I thought about. Y'all can let me know how y'all feel. Something I noticed. But so we got Jazz and Coffee. This was a really good battle, bro. This was a really good battle. I was impressed with Coffee because I already told you, like in a small room, she gets busy and stuff like that, and she does her thing. And you know, I felt like she really held her own in this battle. I always regarded Jazz as being like on the top of the food chain, and I felt like Coffee was right there. The first round, I like the way Jazz started when she was like, basically saying you sell drugs, so you pretty much just stuffing drugs in your coochie. And this ain't the first time that we both had a QP facing a pussy, basically saying QP is in quantum physics and QP is in drugs. I like the way she started that. She had a crab dribble bar. She had a hurricane do bar. You know, these were cool. These were nothing crazy. The blue streak bar I thought was slept on. And that's what I mean when I say you have a crowd and they don't react to nothing.
Say you want a 2-year run and still ain't hit your max potential, so why you choose me? Y'all act like this cripple a hidden gem, but if she won't ever reach a ceiling, what's the point of this blue streak? You should have knew this wouldn't last. Cause the one thing I can guarantee with Coffee is a crash. How y'all support this lying ass bitch?
She had that. She had a malpractice bar. I thought Jazz had a okay first round. I'll give it like a 7 if I'm being honest. And I feel like a lot of it had to do with her delivery. I think Jazz, if she has to work on anything, because we know she got the bars, we know she got the look, we know she got the angles. She's very smart and intelligent with how she approached battles. Her delivery, I think, can sometimes not be it can sometimes be her weakness when she's battling people like a Coffee, because this is smack. This is URL. We like that aggressive shit. We like people barking on you, which is why I kind of felt like a rematch with Hustle would be, BBL Hustle. And I make sure we make sure we address her by her full name. A rematch with BBL Hustle, I think, would be very interesting. Her being so tall, barking on Jazz and everything. I feel like that'd be a lot different than it was before, when I thought Jazz rapped way better than Hustle back in the day. And I thought, Jazz will win the battle. I think Jazz is more talented. I feel like the shit that Hustle been on lately, the way she's rapping, and this is just the shit niggas want to hear. This is the stuff. And you can tell when Coffee came in round 1 at the bottom of the first, the energy just turned up. I don't think Jazz even got a reaction in the first round, and keep it real with you. And I think a lot of it has to do with her delivery.
How I got to know and earn this to some of y'all is a mystery. So I ain't write these rounds in a notebook. I wrote them down in history. You ain't leaving with a victory. Can't fuck with me lyrically. You ain't getting ahead, but you could get a head injury. It'll get bad. It'll get bad. Do you filthy? Literally, dirt bag. Y'all want to know what a scuff her Tim's? Getting dragged. OnlyFans?
Coffee comes back in the first round. It was only a couple bars, and I already felt like she had already kind of like fucked up Jazz first round. I would shoot a chick quick. Try me and see. I have you scared shitless. Well, you ought to be. You know what else is a big bag? A coloscopy.
But wait, there's more.
Oh, shit. I'm a June Gemini. Yeah. So that makes me the issue and the answer. That also makes me a problem on any stage. Like cancer, head tap. These bitches gotta talk about who I fucked. These bitches gotta talk about who I fucked, because otherwise they can't do shit. I don't give a fuck about passport stamps. You ain't been where I send you if I trip. It don't matter if she talking, it don't matter. It don't matter if she talking guns or pussy. You can't go grip for grip. With this Drake,
Coffee clearly wins the first round. No ifs, ands, or buts. She clearly wins round 1. Jazz comes back in the second round. I guess she realized she was already down. You know what I'm saying? She was definitely down. She has the quiet on the set bar, touchy subject. That was fire. She had like a little quick little jazz flow where she was doing a little rappity rap shit.
Your dumbass said we got 52 states. Where you get your education from? Stupid is 50. I guess the other 2 is you in a state of shock and a vegetative one. And I'm with steppers that clinch hecklers. They gon' light it up like kid sketches. We trendsetters. H-E-R and that M-F-er. It gets better. It's like I do census in China. I'm a chin checker. Vous êtes tous salauds. My French better. I never finally got...
You thought you was gonna win. I'm non-binary. I'm really one of them. That was nice. A sweet baby Jesus was nice. And the Hustle shit was fire. How you a real estate agent and not comfortable with Hustle in the building. That was fire. That was dope. That was definitely dope. And the Geechee bar where she was talking about you fucked Twerk. He said you licked his gooch. No wonder Gotti left you. He was separating the
You told the whole world that you licked Twerk's gooch. In that instant, I felt like bashing this slut. But now I see why Gotti cut you off. You was licking gooch. So he separated your ass from the nuts. Arnetta!
Her second round I thought was pretty solid. Her first round about a 7. Her second round was about a 9 in my opinion. Coffee comes back in the second round. She talks a lot about Jazz, moving to the West Coast. Talking about you move to the West to fuck with the Crips, and that's true. Gotti and Surf gave Jazz a mic. Now it's Lady Sings the Blues. So she was talking about, yeah, you was on the East Coast. Now you done moved to the West. You fucking with the Crips. You done gave Sue the pussy. Now you done gave Geechee the pussy. So she was on that. You out here bragging about being a college grad. Whoop-de-doo. You got a doctorate in dick sucking. Head of the class at TSU. Sue. TSU. All that. That was fire. I like that a lot. And then she kind of lost me a little bit when she started going over all the battlers Jazz fuck. Like, we know she fucked with Truth Watson. You know what I'm saying? That's a public situation. But she was naming mad battlers, bro.
before I ever had my first PG, you fucked with half the room. Don't tell a lie about me, bitch, and I won't tell the truth about you. You fucked with Surf, Gotti, Twerk, Drugs, Calico, and Castro too. You fucked with Fox, Rock, Qua, Truffaut, J Murder, and Watson too.
She she even named drugs. Like she was just naming like mad names, and it was just all right. Come on, like it just came off as too much of a fake angle, and I don't know, cause you know in battle rap, bro, it's hard to keep a secret. If you doing dirt, you doing this, that shit get around, bro. It gets around, and we just don't have that kind of we don't have that kind of intel on any of these dudes, man. So to sit here and just be like, oh, you just fuck like 12 niggas and just randomly run off 12 and 12 battlers at that, not just 12 niggas, 12 battlers, bro. The way this culture is and can't stop running their fucking mouth. So I was just like, okay, she kind of stretching on that. She kind of reaching. I like the Five Guys bar. That was dope. The Miss Parker hoes and dirt. I have you hoes and dirt. That was fire.
This bitch fucked with Trez just because you like this dreads. I'll leave a chef fucked if he ain't make my bread. I said what I said. This bitch on the stream telling y'all lies. While she in Compton with hella nuts in her box. More than 5 guys. But since this neighbor favorite girl, all of a sudden you know your worth. Well, hey, Miss Parker. I want to see you hoes in dirt. Y'all know cause on Friday,
I like that too. But then she kind of lost me again. She started talking about Jazz got an STD, know it rhymes with JAZ, HIV, said she had herpes, said she had like mad diseases. I don't know. It just seemed like it came off as like, yo, what am I gonna talk about? So I'm just gonna say some stuff. I don't know. She was like, yo, if you don't really got these diseases, let us see your medical records. I don't know. She kind of lost me a little bit in round 2. I gotta keep it real, especially with that angle. As good as she was with like the dick sucking head of the class TSU shit, I fuck with that. The Five Guys and the Miss Parker, then she was losing me with the smashing, the dude she smashed, and the HIV stuff. I was just like, okay, all right. So I got Jazz winning in round 2. Jazz comes back in round 3. She talks about Coffee's baby daddy being gay. I'm gonna keep it a bean. I had heard that too. You know what I'm saying? So I like that's the thing about battle rap. You just hear shit. You know what I'm saying? These females in battle rap never can keep their mouths quiet when it comes to like whether they fuck with you or not. And so that was something that I heard also. If you go back to the 40 bars battle, 40 brings it up in their battle. You know, when 40 battled Coffee on Queen of the Ring, she kind of brought it up a little bit. Jazz went a little bit further with it, but this was something behind the scenes that people was hearing or whatever. So it was growing some legs. I'm gonna keep it a stack. She had a little drug talk, basically saying, yo, you could do the drug shit. And I can do the drug shit. You ain't doing nothing special.
The only 2 angles I hear is shit about this box. But what does that do for you? The other angle I hear is shit about that box I had to sit in at 911 for my cubicle. See, with this box, all I hear is stories that y'all make up. But with that box, I wish all them stories I could make up. See, with that box, I was doing paperwork and taking calls like a secretary. I done heard so much lies about my twat, I'm something like Radio Raheem. Cause me walking around with this box is legendary. And lastly,
the realtor setup was kind of cool. You know, basically saying, you know, it just proves who's the broker bitch. When you're a realtor, you're a broker. You're the broker bitch. I like that. I fuck with it. She had an angle about Coffee liking young guys or whatever, saying the only thing you and R. Kelly got the same thing in common. Y'all like the best of both worlds. That was okay. It wasn't super crazy. And she was like, everybody keeps talking about who I'm fucking. Everybody talking about my box. Then she starts comparing the box, the cubicle that she worked in was like a box. And she started talking about, her vagina as a box. And she kind of parlayed that into the whole, you know, I must be a legend because I'm walking around like Radio Raheem or whatever. That was a nice bar. That was nice. Her end of her second was a little choppy. It wasn't too bad, but it was a little choppy. Coffee comes back in round 3. She talks a lot more about drugs. She talked a little bit about drugs in round 2. She talked more about drugs in round 3. She had a coffee break bar that was cool. She talked more about the whole Geechee and Surf thing. You fucking Geechee, you fuck Surf, all this kind of stuff. She was more on that. That's why you moved to the West Coast stuff.
as far as niggas, the rapper hit the top 100 and still flopped. The only thing she got over me is conviction. This bitch a cop. Soon as I get your location.
The only thing that you got over me is conviction. This chick is a cop. That was dope. The only thing you like, The only thing you got over me is conviction, which is quote unquote believability. The only thing you got over me is conviction. This chick is a cop and also get niggas convicted. That was dope. The only butter you touched was in the fridge. Oh, that was cool. It wasn't crazy. She was talking about guns and she was like, I got this 30 in a small room, like your living arrangements. I actually like that. This is what this battle comes down to for me. I'm gonna be honest, man. This battle was close. I was more entertained by Coffee. To be real with you, I was more entertained by Coffee. The only critique I have of Coffee is I feel like the things she talked about in rounds 2 and 3, the things she talked about in round 2, she kind of talked about in round 3. It was drug talk. It was the box talking about Jazz's vagina a lot. And it was also you move to the West to fuck the Crips and fuck Surf and fuck Geechee and all that. That was kind of her angles for rounds 2 and 3. So if you want to penalize her a little bit for like, yo, you kind of like recycle your angles like through multiple rounds. There is one knock that I do have when people do that in a battle. As far as Jazz, I feel like the stumble at the end of round 3 kind of hurt her a little bit, even though it was only like 10 seconds. I do feel like it kind of hurt her. There was also a part in her third round I didn't play where she was rapping like Coffee. She was doing a lot of drug talk, trying to say you can do drug talk, but I can do drug talk too.
Take this walk with me. See the heroin connect? He's from Thailand. You give him 5 bands and a list of poppy needs, you get 13 kilograms of opium. If y'all ain't know, that come from poppy seeds. Cut that down to 49.3 ounces of morphine because you got to hit that target. Then tell your workers cold word all these. That means get it shopped in the black market. Or take that 1.4 keys morphine and cut it with equal parts baking soda for top profit.
And I felt like it was drawn out and it didn't really hit like it needed to. There's an argument on both sides if I'm being real. I think both women can hold their head high, but I'm probably gonna go with Coffee rounds 1 and 3.
Chris, Bias. Man, subscribe to the channel, man. Don't be a hater your whole life. Chris Bias.